What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rollers and Real Talk. If you are new here, my name is MissSheleathaMaxine, and I hope you stay a while. So for tonight's episode, I will be continuing the questions that I got on the first episode that I wasn't able to get to because, as y'all already know, I'm super long-winded. Anyway, if you guys haven't watched the first episode of Rollers and Real Talk, I will link it down below so you can get caught up on the whole basis of this segment. So yeah, let's just jump right into these questions. By the way, some of these questions, like, I kind of like pre-read them. They may get a little, they may go there. They may go there, but we're gonna just see, what I have to say. I hope y'all got y'all tea because I know I brought mine. So this question is from Lick My Lips with 4 S's. Hey boo. Okay, so her question is, what's one thing you'd love to do or bring to the bedroom with you and Chao that you haven't acted on yet, and what do you think his initial reaction would be? Let me see. I've been hearing a lot about something called a cock ring, and I know it sounds crazy. If y'all are familiar with this, please enlighten me in the comments because I need to know what's all the buzz about. Now, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and a lot of people have been talking about that. Clearly the podcast I listen to is X-rated. Yeah, so they've been talking a lot about the cock ring, so I kind of brought it up to him recently, and he was a little skeptical. He was just like, what is it for, things like that. Now, I even asked one of my friends, it's so crazy, I even asked one of my boys, like, have you ever got down with a cock ring? And he let me know that, yeah, basically what it is for the enjoyment of both partners. So it's not like, I was under the impression that it was only for the men and maybe they would only get that joy from it. But what he told me was that it was for both, mainly for the man though, and that you put the penis and the balls through it. So I was just like, whoa. But then he also said that it vibrates. So I'm assuming that it vibrates on you. So that's probably something I want to bring into the bedroom. I know that's not like crazy, but I have been really interested in that lately. So we shall see. If I do convince him to do it, I will update you guys on that and let you know how that went. If you're familiar with or have had any experiences with it, please leave it in the comments. I won't judge you, boo. I promise I won't judge you. And if I do it, hopefully his reaction will be like, what's up? Like, let's see what this about. I don't think he's gonna say that, but that's the hope. That's the hope. But y'all can see my roll is a little messy. Cause as soon as I got home from work, I just wrapped it up and I was like, let me go ahead and jump on this camera real quick. So please excuse the mess. They're not as neat as the first video, but don't judge me. Y'all gonna be seeing me looking all types of crazy, but I'm just trying to keep the thing going. Okay. Speaking of keeping things going, this is from XO Hollywood with 4 L's. Should you stay in a relationship if the person doesn't give head and you do?
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. Just do it.
Listen, oral sex for me is a deal breaker. And the reason why is because y'all know I got a backstory for everything. So I didn't lose my virginity until I was almost 20. Literally like 2 weeks before I turned 20, I lost my virginity. So that's all I knew was foreplay. I look forward to foreplay. I feel like that's the warm up, that's the preheat to the oven. Like, that's just everything that you need. That is a prerequisite to sex. You understand me? So if I'm with somebody, I cannot be with somebody that did not give head. Because if those be the same dudes that don't give head, but they want everybody to give them head, I just don't understand that. That's what really like the disconnect is. I'm just trying to figure out, why is it okay for you to receive it, but you don't give it? In my philosophy, I believe that you give to receive. And that's just that. It's like no way around it. Could I be with somebody? Could I stay in a relationship with somebody like that? No, that is a major issue. We need to talk about that because I feel like intimacy in a relationship is very important. And if there's a disconnect with that, there's something that you do that I don't want to do or vice versa, that's something that we need to talk about because this may not be a huge problem now, but sooner or later it's going to get there. And we need to nip that in the bud real quick. Let me just tell you, if Chao was not into oral sex, we wouldn't be together. I don't care how many, I know that sounds crazy, but I don't care how many good traits he possesses. That's something that I take very seriously and that I enjoy very thoroughly. So you can't take that away from me. You just can't. That's like feeding a dog steak and then all of a sudden you give him alcohol. He like, what? What are we doing? No, that's not happening. No. We gonna have to nip that in the bud real quick. You need to understand that I like to get pleased. Your goal in a relationship is to please your partner. And sometimes people want a little bit more than just the penetration. You understand me? Sometimes, you know, we want to get heated up. We want you to get us right so we can receive it better. Because I'm telling you right now, if you ever had dry sex, that is the most painful sex. I wouldn't even reckon. I don't even know how I just brought that up. Because look, we all grown here. It happens. Where you just want to get straight to the point. Because not every session involves oral sex. But the majority of the sessions that I've had, yeah, oral sex is first. That's a primary. So, could I stay with somebody in a relationship like that? You know what? I could if he was willing to change. Like if he was like, alright, fine, I really don't like it, you know, I've had a bad experience or whatever his reason for not liking it is. But if he's willing to work it out, then I'm willing to stick around. If he's like, no, that's just something I don't do, I'm out. I'm out. You could be making all the money in the world, but I'm out. Because you don't want to please me. How fair is that? That is imbalanced. Okay, this relationship is imbalanced. I feel like if you're not willing to please me to go to those lengths, and to me those are not even extreme lengths, but if you're not willing to go to those lengths, then what are we doing? Second question is, please include how you started your businesses. Okay, so this just jumped crazy shifts right now. So my initial business is Caked by Max. And you know, I'm a makeup artist, so I'm a businesswoman. Obviously, my brand is everything. How I started that is I had a glam day. I literally just put together a glam day very last minute. I asked my dad, because at the time he owned an art gallery. So I asked my dad if I could like host the glam day just to see if this makeup thing was something that I could do for real. And I put on Facebook, I said, you know, I need 10 girls who's willing to get, you know, their face beat for the free, you know, lashes, everything included. And I got a large response, and I invited 10 girls to the gallery, and you know, all different shades, bone structures, everything. So it was pretty dope. I bought like crazy shade range. Let me just tell you right now, Fit Me by Maybelline, that's the holy grail over there. So I was on a budget. Obviously I'm still on a budget, but anyway, I held a glam day, and I was like, you know what, this is something that I could see myself doing for the rest of my life. I had so much fun. What lasted about 8 hours literally felt like 45 minutes. I had so much fun. So that's how I started Caked by Max, and my clientele has been growing. Thank the heavens, thank God my clientele has been growing. So that's something that I'm very proud of. And then with that being said, I knew that I had to offer something to my clients aside from just my craft. So that's when I introduced Max Lux Mink Lashes to the world. You know, you guys, if you're familiar with my previous videos, those are the only lashes I wear. It's the lashes I have on right now. Max Lux is always on the lash. So that's how I did that. How I started is with inspiration. First of all, I saw a lot of my peers, you know, getting businesses and promoting their businesses, and I said, you know what, I want to do that. You know, I don't want to limit myself to just doing makeup. If I can have a business at the same time that benefits my art, why not? So I just did a lot of research on, I'm talking research, heavy research on vendors, different types of lashes, what's the difference between synthetic, human, mink, horse, faux, mink type of lashes. Like, I did serious homework on them. I created my own logo, I created my own boxes, everything, you know, I pretty much did. I didn't rush into it. I took my time, and I made sure that this was something that I could promote and I would be proud of. And that's how Max Lux came into order. And now I opened up a third business, which is Lux Lush, which is an online intimate wear boutique, day to night wear boutique. And how I started that was pretty much the same thing. I was inspired by the response I was getting from my lashes, and I said, well, why not? Why not incorporate things that I love? I love getting sexy, as you can see, got a little silk, but I love getting sexy. So I said, you know, why not introduce that to the world? And that's when I opened that, August 28th. So I'll leave those links below. You guys could check it out if you want to see. If you see something that you like, definitely support. I would appreciate that. Okay, so next question. What was it about Chao that separated him from any other person you've ever dated? The way he looks. No. I'm joking. Honestly, he swept me off my feet. And I know it sounds so cliche, but that's really what it was. You know, here's this guy that it's not something that I'm looking for, to be honest with you. You know, at the time I was talking to this 6'6" college NBA bound man, you know, dark, you know, facial hair, tatted, crazy. I was talking to him, and you know, I felt like we were going somewhere. You know, we were talking for a minute, and then I met Chao. You guys know the story to that. If you don't, please go watch that How We Met story. I met Chao. It was the things that he was doing that truly separated him from any other man that I've dealt with. Now, I've had one great ex-boyfriend. I'm talking like I saw myself marrying him. He was such a gentleman from the beginning of the relationship to the end. And I hate to bring this into Chao's story, but that was something that I know I messed up on. And don't worry, I'm not a cheater. Cheating was not involved. But, you know, I messed up on that. But whatever, we live and we learn. I was blessed enough to meet Chao. And it was a lot of things that he did that reminded me of that good relationship. But he just went beyond. And, you know, it was little things. I would be at work and he did send edible arrangements just because. Literally, he had a balloon that said just because. Little things like that, taking me on scenic views and just, you know, being spontaneous and fun. And I think that's what truly like made me fall in love with Chao, because at that time a lot of men that I was meeting wanted to hit it and quit it. And the thing about it is, at that time I wasn't even having sex. So I feel like if you could connect with me on a spiritual, mental, emotional level, you know, that wins overall. You know, you could get sex from anybody, you could get head from anybody, you could get, you know, the physical from anybody who's willing to give it to you. But when you can connect with somebody on other levels, I feel like that is, you know, that's room to fall in love with somebody. So that's what separated Chao from everybody else. Okay, so next question. Where would your ideal place to reside if and after you and Chao got married? Definitely someplace affordable. I don't want to be struggling. I don't want to live from check to check, because my plans after marriage is to have children. And I don't want my children to watch me and my husband struggle to either put food on the table or, you know, take them on family vacations. I want my children to be afforded the life that, you know, I wish I could have had. Not to say that I had a bad childhood, but I know it was things that I would know my mom would have wanted for me. You know, and I want to be able to give that to my children. So I don't want to be in a place that I know is going to suck me and Chao's pockets dry. That's not something I want to do. So I will probably move somewhere in the South, not deep in the South, but maybe, you know, Virginia, maybe I'll do PA. That's probably what I'll do. That's probably something that I will most likely do, go back to PA. I lived in PA and it was beautiful, but I was too young to really enjoy it. Being an adult, seeing how your money works for you, you know, I wouldn't be able to survive with the prices of New Jersey's houses, and I want to be a homeowner one day. So, and I want my children to be able to inherit my home one day. So I don't want them to be stuck with a big bill, God forbid anything happens to Chao or myself. So definitely the PA. I don't want to be too far away from my family. So I feel like that would be, that's in the middle. Like, it's far away, but it's not too far. It would probably be PA. What part of PA, I don't know, but it would definitely be PA. Last question, because I know I'm rambling. Y'all know I can't even, every question has like a full-blown explanation. I'm sorry. Okay, so next question is, why do chicks always have to come for the other woman instead of checking the dude? It's too much of that going on. A lot of guys start female beef. And this is from Mina, my boobie. Hey babe, let me just read that one more time. Why do chicks always have to come for the other woman instead of checking the dude? To be honest with you, I have no idea. I think it's sad, the fact that, here's the situation. If you're in a relationship with a man who is a habitual liar or an occasional cheater, you know, regardless of what you feel, the history you guys have, nothing should be worth your value, your self-worth. Nothing should, you know, be worth that. And I feel like a man has the power to break you down emotionally, break your self-esteem down. You know, he holds the power. And women, we're emotional by nature, so once you give a man that power, I get it, I'm sure it's hard to walk away, but you have to realize that this is very unhealthy for me, and this man is not going to change. I believe people are capable of changing, but only if they want to. You cannot force anybody to do anything you want them to do without them being the least willing to change. So with that being said, if I'm in a relationship with a man who's constantly cheating on me, any woman that he deals with, I have no reason to have beef with her. She's not my issue, he is. You know, he's the one that owes me an explanation. He's the one that has a commitment to me. She has no commitment to me whatsoever. Now, if this was somebody who knows we're together, if this is somebody who's very well aware that we're in a relationship, regardless if my man is a habitual liar and cheater, if you are aware that we're together and you're still going behind my back, I don't care if we best friends, I don't care if you live down the block, if you are aware, if you have the least bit of knowledge about our relationship, yeah, you dead wrong. But that doesn't leave my man out the, out the picture. No, I'm gonna get on his ass too. Both of them are dead wrong. So I feel like it definitely depends on the situation. If you warrant that reaction from me, I know you know we together, but you gonna do it anyway, now I got beef for both of y'all. So, that's another situation. But going back to the original question, why do chicks always come for the other woman? I feel like, they feel a sense of insecurity. I feel like a lot of times when a woman finds out that her man is cheating with another woman, they think, what does she have that I don't? What is she offering him that I'm not? And that could be a plethora of things. She could be satisfying him sexually. She could be cooking for him. She could be giving him money. It could be just plain the thrill of it. Just so he could see how long we could do this without getting caught. So it is so many reasons why a man would cheat. Men are men. Like, they cheat because they bored. They really, it's really no real science to it. But I feel like in most situations, hold your man accountable for his actions. Period. If the situation was what I discussed before, if she's well aware, definitely, they're both responsible. But for the most part, be on your man more, because he's the one that you lay down with every night. He's the one that says he loves you. She doesn't owe you a thing. So I feel like, and because and again, going back to the power, because he holds that power, it's like, how dare you? I'm I'm vulnerable with you. I'm myself with you. How dare you cheat on me? So, sometimes you just get mad at the woman. Sometimes a lot of chicks, they get mad at the woman just for being pretty, or just for being, provocative, or just for being promiscuous. They get so mad at just for being so available. So they feel like that's premise enough for me to smack you when I see you, type of deal. Now, if that chick gets disrespectful and start talking crazy and disrespecting your family or your children, or doing things to intentionally harm you because you found out, now that's a different story. That's also a different video for another time. But that is a different story. I feel like, ladies, do not go after the woman. The woman owes you no explanation. They have no commitment towards you. Go after that man, that boy, that male, that person with a penis. Go after him, because that's the one that you got your beef with. You should have your beef with. So that's the end of these questions. Let me see if I have 2 more, but I feel like I'm rambling, and I don't want these videos to be uber long because I want to save some stuff for future episodes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Rollers and Real Talk. If you have any questions, or if you need any advice about anything from my perspective, definitely email rollersandrealtalk@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Snapchat, MAXBXTCH on Snapchat, and let me know if you need advice about something from my perspective. Again, guys, my opinion is not law. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. If you do, great. I hope I'm helping all types of situations. If you have ideas for future videos, let me know. Catch up on my other videos too while you at. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next episode of Rollers and Real Talk.